something strange in the food, but my hands were already deep in the bowl. Mama Teo was a thick, dark fat woman with wide hips and strong arms from years of pounding yam and stirring heavy pots. Her face was round, with sharp eyes that missed nothing. She always tied a faded wrapper around her chest, and her headscarf never seemed to move, no matter how fast she walked. She rarely smiled, but when she did, her teeth were too white, too perfect, like they didn't belong in her mouth. It was the jollof rice from her stall, the best in the market. People fought for it. If you didn't come early, you wouldn't get any. Even my mother, who cooked well, always said, "That woman's hands are blessed." But that day, something was different. The taste was strong, too strong. Not like rice. There was something underneath the pepper, something sour. Something wrong. My stomach twisted, and suddenly, I wasn't hungry anymore. I looked up. Mama Teo was watching me. She wasn't smiling. Just staring. Her eyes were dark, too dark. They felt like two deep holes in her face, pulling me in. I looked away quickly, forcing a weak smile. "What is it?" she asked. My throat was dry. "It's hot. Too much pepper." Her stare didn't break. Then, slowly, she chuckled. "You will get used to it." I nodded, but my hands were shaking. That night, as I lay on my mat, my stomach churned. Not from sickness, but from the feeling that something was very, very wrong. I told myself I wouldn't eat from Mama Teo's stall again. But the next day, as I walked past, the smell hit me hard. The scent of smoky jollof rice filled the air, thick and rich, as if the food itself was calling me. I stopped in my tracks. My stomach rumbled. I had eaten at home. I wasn't hungry. But my mouth watered. Before I knew it, I was stepping closer. My fingers twitched. I imagined the soft, steaming rice melting on my tongue. Then I saw Musa across the road. He was shaking his head at me. I snapped out of it. My heart pounded. I turned and ran. Later that day, Musa found me near the well. "My uncle is sick," he whispered. "Sick how?" Musa glanced around like he didn't want anyone to hear. "He doesn't talk anymore. He just sits and stares at the wall." I frowned.